Hello there everyone, it's Shiny Sparky and welcome to Final Fantasy IV The After Years. This is the direct sequel to Final Fantasy IV. So this game takes place 17 years after the events of Final Fantasy IV. So, if you see the characters and they look older, like in this, opening intro cutscene, as well as during the game, that's the reason why, 17 years later. So, pretty fun game, but before I actually start talking about all this and the version differences and everything and the version I'm playing, which is iOS, but I'll talk about that later. Before I do all that, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of this cutscene, so I will see you in a minute. Alright, so that was the opening intro, full motion video, whatever, of Final Fantasy IV The After Years. So like I said, this game just takes place 17 years later, after the events of Final Fantasy IV, and it's a pretty interesting game. It's very unique compared to other Final Fantasy games as to how they did it, but it's for sure not the best one, and it doesn't really come close to its predecessor. But anyways, before I do this, let me go ahead and just talk about a few things. First off, the opening full motion video does not appear on the iOS version, which is what I'm playing. I only included it on it just so you get a nice feel of what the game is about. It's from the PSP version. Anyways, as far as the After Years goes, this game originally came out for WiiWare in a 2D version. And then it came out on the PlayStation Portable as part of the Final Fantasy IV The Complete Collection series, which came with the interlude, the original game, and then this one. Very nice, and the full motion video. And then they finally decided to release Final Fantasy IV The After Years as a 3D remake, and this is the one. It later appeared in Steam, and as of now it is on Steam, but it first debuted in iOS, the 3D remake. So let's do this. Select Tail is the only option we can get. So like I said, this game is unique. There are tails among, well, all the characters in the game, at least all the important ones. So, Ceodore's tail. Ceodore is the son of Rosa and Cecil. But yeah, you always begin with Ceodore's tail. Once you complete Ceodore's tail, you can then do Yang's tail. Oh, I shouldn't do this, sorry. Yang's tail, Edge's tail, Edward's tail, the Lunarian's tail, Radia's tail, Palom's tail, Porum's tail, Kane's tail, the crystals. But the true order is Ceodore's tail, and then you get the option of doing Yang, well not doing, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Doing the tail of Yang, Edge, Edward, Radia, Palom, and Porum in any order. Once you complete all 6 of those, you get access to Kane's tail. Once you complete Kane's tail, you get access to the Lunarian's tail. And once you complete the Lunarian's tail, you get to the final chapter of the game, the crystals, which is significantly longer than any other tail in the game. So, let's begin with Ceodore's tail. Let's see. Ceodore, the crown prince of Baron, defies his mother's wishes and joins the illustrious Red Wings to prove his prowess as a knight. But when the Red Wings are destroyed by an enemy ambush, Ceodore alone must set out to save all he loves with the aid of a hooded stranger. That's the story. That's the synopsis. Let's do this. So, By the way, this thing, if you have Final Fantasy IV on your iPhone or iDevice, whatever, when you launch this game and do this, you will receive 14 small tails. So I would recommend to anyone who does have the game to actually do this. You know, re-download Final Fantasy IV if you already have it, and then do this, or, you know, save the game once, and then you can delete Final Fantasy IV, and you will keep your 14 small tails. Those items are important for the very end. Long ago, this blue planet was saved by the prayers of an entire people. 2 moons became one anew, and time inexorably marched on. The day of departure has arrived for the heir of the Holy Paladin. In the skies above the airship, 2 moons rise listlessly, one ominously growing ever larger. Why has this dark harbinger returned? A new destiny has begun to unfold, and yet, as always, the crystals shed only their silent light. Okay. Ceodore's Tale, the last of the Red Wings. Here we go. The true beginning of Final Fantasy IV, the afteryears. Hopefully you enjoy this. So, the first thing you'll notice that this game is inferior compared to its, Final Fantasy IV predecessor, is that there's no voice acting. Look at this. That's the first bad thing about the game. The Adamant Isle is in sight. Very good. The Adamant Isle is a location next to Mithril. You don't look well, Prince Ceodore. Prince of Baron, Ceodore Harvey. Again, this guy is the son of Cecil and Rosen. I can tell you're nervous about this. After all, it is your first deployment. That is right. Yeah, so again, the story is that Ceodore is basically getting training to become a Red Wing. And this is like this trial, this test is part of his training to become a Red Wing. That's right. So we can talk to a bunch of people, and actually we should, but like, they just say some rather boring stuff, like, oh yeah, you got to train, whatever, what about you? Yeah, the Adamant Isle, whatever. And then you, monsters don't play favorites, okay, whatever that means. And then this dude. Yes, he achieved knighthood by passing this trial in the very beginning. Oh, and I gotta talk to you, I guess. I know that. You guys all said the same freaking thing. We're on the same way, Adamant Isle, whatever. How are you feeling now, my lord? Better? I suppose so. I can certainly understand what you're going through, my lord. But yeah, he is referred to as Lord despite his age. I mean, that's the rule, he is the prince. Very interesting. So I guess they're talking about, the bloodline, alright. And, I mean, this entire first video, like any Final Fantasy game, is usually all cutscenes in the beginning. I'm not reading this because, it's going by itself, it's automatic. So you can just, read at the pace while I'm talking about this, and that's pretty much it, Like, yeah, it's going by itself. I'm not tapping the screen to progress the dialogue. That doesn't mean anything. I am just another soldier being tested for knighthood. Yeah, what you will notice is that Ceodore is not really proud of, or maybe he is proud, but he has so much stress that he is the prince of, the king and queen. The prince, really, the son, thus being a prince, but he's the son of the king and queen. Yes, it isn't an easy task. Oh, so it got harder. I know that. That's why I'm here today, to... What the hell? You just punched him. Prince Ceodore. You've got a lot to learn, boy. Starting with how to keep that mouth of yours shut. He didn't even, say anything offensive. What? Really? Really, Biggs? But yeah, by the way, these are all 3 of these characters I knew. Biggs, Wedge, and Ceodore. All 3 characters. So, I should make a note of something. Final Fantasy IV The After Years has 22 permanent playable characters. I'm not kidding. Final Fantasy IV had 5, and had a total of maybe, 12 or something? But, most of them were temporary. This one has 22, although we don't play with them together until the very last chapter. But there are a bunch of new characters, and a bunch of just, great characters, I should say. Here's our stop, Ceodore. Finally, it's dialogue that I have to tap the screen, the Adamant Isle. You are to report to the village of Mithril up ahead and wait... Okay, cool. Yes, sir. Can't hear you. Say it like you mean it, boy. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Okay. Alright. As sorry as ever before. Alright. Well, it is time to finally get some control. At least I think so. So yeah, if you forgot what the Adamant Isle is, or this location, we are here in the map. The map is the same. Look at that. The same exact thing as 17 years ago. The Adamant Isle was a cave in which we got the Adamanta by trading the, the rat tail, and we also got more stuff if you traded more additional tails. That's where it was. And Mithril is a town, well, that was very close. Right here. This is the town of Mithril. So a very nice, peaceful town. This town is well known for having pigs and frogs and whatever, Kind of funny, actually. So here are Biggs and Wedge once again. Your mission in this trial is to obtain the Knight's Emblem housed deep inside the Adamant Isle Grotto. But there's one condition, boy. You can't enter the grotto until the moon is at its fullest. You'd best get yourself ready before then. Yeah. So, something rather interesting, something unique to this game is... What? Okay, yeah, he'll explain later. Yeah, something that is unique to this game are the moon phases. When you go to the menu, you will see, well, first off you see all the status and stuff. Items, magic bands, those are new. Equip, status, order, settings, health, quick save. So, look at the phase, Waxing Moon. Attack, not buffed or debuffed. White magic buffed, black magic debuffed. Basically, depending on the phase of the moon, normal attack, which is the sword icon, white magic, which is the white circle, black magic, the black circle, and then the shuriken kind of thing, which are special abilities, skills, those can get buffed up or nerfed, depending on the phase. In a Waxing Moon, white magic is always buffed, which means it'll heal more, and black magic is nerfed, which means it'll do less damage. Physical attacks and skills are unaffected. There are 4 phases: Waxing Moon, Waning Moon, Full Moon, and New Moon, and each one has different effects on these 4 things. So, as far as other things go, let me just go to settings really quick. Let's see, music, high, sound effects high, battle mode, active or wait, I like to do wait. Battle commands, left, right, I'm going to do it on left just because it feels a lot easier. And, cursor memory. Remember, that's fine. Basically, forget is always going to be at the very top in attack in the beginning of every single menu, but like, remember is going to stay on the slot or bar in which you used your last command for that character. Battle speed, the fastest, put it at 1. Anchor control stick. Wait, you can toggle whether the control... No. I don't want it to be stationary. Orientation log, that's just, flipping the device. Who cares about that? For you guys, you don't care about that. And the color, I'm gonna keep it blue. Okay. That should be it. Now, this game does not support MFI controllers, actually, so you do have to walk around, unlike Final Fantasy IV, where you can use a control stick. You have to actually tap the screen to move. But it's not a problem. It's really not. Let me see my time. What am I at? 11 minutes? Okay, that's not bad. Let's see here. So in the town of Mithril, there are some things to do. First things first, I want to go to the northeast corner because... Oh yeah, by the way, we need the full moon to actually enter the Adamant Isle Grotto. I want to go here because this nets us a tent. Very nice. Okay. Now I want to go to the left of the weapon shop. I think it's over here. Because there's a gap here. Yes, there is. This one. If we simply go up, this takes us to... what the hell? Okay... Wait, oh wait, it should be up here somewhere. Yes, this. Ruby ring. That is an accessory. It is one of the weakest accessories of Final Fantasy IV, if you remember correctly, and in here, it is pretty much the same thing. Look at that. It gives a nice bonus because that's all we have at the moment. Let's equip it. Might as well. Alright, that's that. Now, I wanna, oh yeah, keep going east because I believe there is something here. Well, okay, there's a frog. That's not what I meant. This. Potion. That's that. So that is the potion for us, and yeah, we are good to go. I believe we have everything that there is in this town at the moment. So yeah. Let's simply go to the inn now, which is right over here. I could buy stuff. Actually, I can't because I only have 100 gil. I'm poor. I'm a po folk, So, time to go here. Let's rest. Now, the way that you change the phase of the moon in this game is rather interesting. You can either rest, and it'll always change it to the next phase, or you can also use tents or cottages, and it will change it one phase. But yeah, if you ever need to change the phase for a certain battle, you know, like buff up a certain thing, use a tent or cottage, or go to the closest inn and sleep. As you can see, it just changed it. It is now the full moon. Captain Biggs is waiting for you at the grotto. Please hurry. Okay. Why, thank you. Why, thank you very much. But yeah, I should also mention, you know, in terms of story, most of the tales take place during the same time, except for Ceodore's tale. In general, Ceodore's tale is like the, I wouldn't say prequel, but it's what sets it first. And then the remaining 6 tales like Porum, Rydia, Yang Age, like they all take place around the same time. The Lunarian's tale, or sorry, Kane's tale, takes place around the same time as the other 6 tales. And then the Lunarian's tale, the beginning portion of it takes place before it, and like before even Ceodore's tale, I think. And then part of the Lunarian's tale takes place after all the other 7 tales. And then the Crystals obviously takes place after. But there are a few exceptions, like Porum's tale, for example. I know that one has some events that take place years ago, like slightly after the events of Final Fantasy IV, or maybe even before. I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, here's a cave. Let's enter it, and let's see what happens. So here are Biggs and Wedge. Late even to your own mission. Man, what a worthless squire they stuck me with. We're about to begin our journey into the Adamant Isle Grotto. Not to repeat myself, but your orders are to obtain the Knight's Emblem. If you want to cut and run like the spoiled little prince you are, now's the time. Don't do it, Ceodore. Oh, did that hurt, boy? Well, quit pouting and go get your provisions. Okay. The provisions are these things. There are 4 chests. You want to grab them all? Potion! Tent! Heather! And Phoenix Down. Alright, let's talk to you guys now. Finally found some resolving you, huh, boy? Get on with it then. Captain Biggs and Wedge have joined the party, that is right. So, remember I said 22 playable characters? That's not including these characters, the temporaries. I'll just tell you right now, without spoiling in terms of the feature. Biggs and Wedge are temporary characters. Ceodore is a permanent character. Permanent characters are characters that are going to appear in the final chapter known as the Crystals. And there are 22 of them. Ceodore's one. Pretty sure you can assume other ones, like, you know, Kane, Rydia, like, come on, seriously. Cecil, Rosa, they're like mains, seriously. So, talk to you. You're the one after the Knight's Emblem, aren't you? Well, keep your guard up in there. Okay. So we can progress. Before I continue, let me go ahead and talk about the equipment. There's Biggs, Ceodore, Wedge. So, a thing to be successful in this game is to give the good equipment to the permanent characters. The ones that are going to be in your party pretty much for the entire chapter. Ceodore is one example. So what I'm going to do, because these guys have the better stuff, I'm going to remove these stuff. Let's see, you have the same stuff. Okay, so give you the longsword. Give you, okay, yes, it's the same thing. Bronze helm. Same thing. And iron gloves. That's an upgrade, I guess. Maybe. Less evasion. You know what? Just do it. There we go. And then you can take all the junk. Actually, only the broadsword is junk. Because bronze shield same. You have no helm. Bronze armor. And yeah, you have the same thing. Okay. Might as well give you the ruby ring. Okay. And there we go. Yeah. So now Ceodore has the good stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna get out of here and save. Let's see if I can exit though, before I continue down there to the first dungeon of the game. Yeah, I can. Alright, so we're at 17 minutes, and I mean, honestly, with the 17 minutes not getting the intro because I'm like recording those separately and then putting them together in the video. And yeah, so we should be around 19 minutes or so, and that's good enough for a video. I don't want to like enter the dungeon and do like 30 seconds or 1 minute of the video, you know, and screw that. So, hopefully you enjoyed this first video. This Let's Play is going to be a long game. I didn't mention this, but this game is actually going to be longer than Final Fantasy IV. It is a long game, very long game. And like I said, there are some things people don't like about this game, beginning with no voice acting. But overall, it's pretty decent. You know, it's still a fun and enjoyable game, it is. So, with that being said, that's pretty much all for this video, right? Yeah, I believe so. Next time, we are going to take on the Adamant Isle Grotto. And yeah, by the way, that's new to this game. That location, the Adamant Isle, did not used to have that dungeon, but now it does. There are new locations like that in previous, like in the same areas of Final Fantasy IV, just new, like added rooms. So, thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and as always, until next time.